Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to the Obsidian Legion X SCAPE's F1 EMotorsports event. I'm Clement. I'm a Senate member from Obsidian Legion and also part of the racing admin team. On behalf of the whole team, I would like to thank everyone for tuning into the stream today, and for our racers who are participating in the event and making it uh, a success. So, for those who have been following us, y'all would have known that we've been hosting such events for quite a while now, and we really look forward to hosting more in the future. And for all those of you who love racing, this would be a perfect opportunity for you to come in, just experience racing, and just pit yourself against like-minded individuals and really hone your skills. So for those of you who are interested in it, feel free, don't feel shy. We are all really nice people, and yeah, hope to see you in one of our events soon. And thank you so much to SCAPE for helping us co-organize this event as well. So huge shout out to them and the rest of the team. And without further ado, let me introduce our two other casters who will be casting alongside me tonight, which will be Alex and Theo. So give me a minute while I will undeafen myself. Alright, hello Theo and Alex. You guys are now heard, but let me change the scene real quick. Alright, hello. Hello everyone.
Hey,
Hello.
there we go. Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm doing pretty fantastic. I'm pretty excited for this. This is the very first I guess F1 2022 race that will be casting forever and ever. I'm pretty sure y'all's it's gonna be the same as well. So
Yep.
oh,
Do you want to give
hi
a
everyone
short
in the chat.
intro of yourself?
Oh, who me? I mean, you guys don't need to know about me. I mean, if you guys want to know
Now
some
I need to know about
backstory,
you, man.
You're an important
okay,
figure,
all right.
man.
So obviously, I was walking by the Discord of the Obsidian Legion, and then they opened the door and they're like, "Hey, you," and I'm like, just like completely shook. It's like, "Hey, you want to cast something?" And I'm just like, "Sure, I guess." That's that, and you know what? And I pretty much snuck into their bathroom and just slept there every night and just casted there for the rest of the time. But hello everyone. Hello Zakade. Hello Tekro. Hello Ryan. Much love. Yay.
Alright, Theo, what about
Theo,
you?
where's your merch?
Merch?
Funny enough, I'm wearing white. I'm supporting Haas.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'm wearing grey, I'm not supporting anyone. I'm
It's
a
the budget
neutral
Haas shirt.
bystander.
No, wait, gray. What's the closest to gray? AlphaTauri. Is it gray? No.
Not so much.
Oh well.
No, I'm not supporting you, Ryan. No.
I mean, have
You thought
you
wrong.
seen AlphaTauri's merch though? That kind of looks very like
Yeah, for the
high
body and
fashion.
mind,
Theo's it's very high fashion. It's not. It's a very exclusive merch that
know,
only
right?
certain people like Theo himself can get. And Clement, I think since he's the main man in charge, he has to stay neutral, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Anyways, I need no introduction. Basically, Clement just snatched me, and then here I am.
That's not an introduction. What about your...
Okay, he just invited me here, and then like, hey, you want a job? Like, hey, yeah, sure, here I am.
What about your experience in
Swag.
sim racing or F1?
Sim racing, I would say it has improved, but also with improvements come quite sketchy things that happen. So yeah, I would say it is good. It's an improvement, and I hope to see. Actually, I hope to see like sim racing, more importantly, evolve more in Asia. Actually, so yeah.
So when did both of you all start sim racing? I know I started like 2 years ago when I first got F1 2020.
I remember
that was my first game.
I remember I met Alex and I raced against him the first time in 2020. We both were in the same league, and he
Yeah.
was quick and I was quick. I mean, but now I'm bad and he's good. So Yeah.
Where did the difference come in?
You need
Uh,
you need to give more backstory of what happened on the very first race we
so
raced each
I
other.
remember, I remember what happened was that he told me that he was on controller, if I'm not wrong, and then I was already on the wheel. And at the time, I had like the wheel, and then my pedals were not very good. They were quite bad. Like I had some like very bad inputs, like irregular inputs. And then afterwards, yeah, very much just Alex, on the controller, and then he's setting like fast laps, in the race, and then like he got pole for the quali, and then I'm like, oh, there's that then.
Right, but that was like the second race, though. Gotta talk about the first race. The first race.
I don't recall. I think you got to find yourself, man.
No, it was like we were in no intense like battle. I think we were like pretty much right next to each other in terms of the grid position. I think we were like P5, P6, and P7 with Wonder Bread. If anyone doesn't know, he was my teammate at the time. Huge shout outs to him too as well. But literally, like it's in the Circuit of Americas. Literally 5 turns in, I crash and like completely DNF out of the race. Completely prepared for it and everything, and just crashed out. And then hilariously enough, Theo was right behind. I think, or were you ahead or behind? I don't know if you were ahead or behind. But you were trying to warm up your tires while there was a safety car. You just hit my teammate Bread, and then he DNFs like within like the first like minute and a half. The whole Haas team, because I was in the Haas,
of your DNF.
DNF'd. It was the greatest introduction to sim racing of all time.
Yeah.
But the crazy part is we actually ended up winning the constructors title at the end of the day, so that was pretty rad. It's just like we started at the worst, and we just went up from there. So.
First race of the season doesn't matter.
The only cruel thing was that we sort of predicted, if you remember, 2020 Bahrain, Roman Grosjean's crash. I sort of replicated in the sim racing way before the real life way.
There is definitely a meme video out there of Theo hitting Bread and trying to replicate the Bahrain thing. So it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. It's exciting. But I love sim racing. It's honestly it's so it's kind of like a self-spiritual thing for myself. It's kind of like, hey, self-improvement, it's just you against yourself, really, even though you are racing against other people and everything from there. But it's all really mostly a mental thing. If someone spins you out or if you spin yourself out, it's about recovering, and then how good you can recover on the races and everything from there. Like, there is going to be opportunities where you can win races. Obviously, there's going to be opportunities where you can't. But just making up spots where you realistically couldn't do, and then you end up pulling it off is like a really awesome feeling.
But I wouldn't call it a therapeutic game though. Like imagine playing open lobbies and just people just.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Intentionally crash it out.
Unless you are very chill.
There's no way. There's no way.
I'm chill.
Not that I've seen. Have you not raged in F1 before?
If I've raged in F1, that would have been many years ago. I don't recall raging this year yet.
Theo has learned the skill of patience.
Or maybe I have, but I've forgotten because I'm quite old and I have a goldfish memory.
I've definitely raged, but it's mostly like me on time trial though. And also too as well, like there was one of the glitches in the game and got me disqualified, and then that definitely made me rage. But
right,
it's all good. It happens.
Game glitches always happen, man. We hope the game.
It's video games at the end of the day, so
we do hope that the new game.
Just remember not to. Oh no, you're just saying.
No, I just say we hope the new game is more stable than the previous one.
I was gonna say, like, just make sure you don't rage until you break your equipment.
Don't fling your controller out the window.
I can imagine you guys like chucking it out, and then it's like 5 stories going down, and it's like, oh, I guess let me awkwardly go get it back from chucking it out of the window, taking the elevator down and everything.
Alright, so right now we're just waiting for the drivers to get into the lobby before we go in.
Yeah, we are 10 minutes away. I should ask though, which team are you guys supporting tonight? I mean, except for Alex, because we know he's supporting Red Bull. What about you, Clement?
I'm supporting Aston Martin.
Oh, really?
No, I'm kidding. I'm wearing a Red Bull shirt. So whoever's in Red Bull, I believe in you. You got this. P1 all the way and P2 as well, and fastest lap because I think also you get prize money for fastest lap as well.
Yeah.
So I'm putting all my virtual pit coins in the table, and then if you guys end up winning, hook me up. That's what I'm gonna say. Slip
Clement,
a
what about
20.
you?
I mean, looking at the lineup today, there's Zen in the Ferrari, and I think for all of those who have caught our previous events, you would know that Zen is a pretty fast driver. So I think Ferrari is the way to go today.
You see, I would be supporting the Red Bull boys, but unfortunately, I'm supporting Haas today. Okay, a funny backstory was that I ordered my Red Bull merch; it did not arrive in time.
And
So
then
I'm
now
here
you're
wearing
supporting
Haas.
Ferrari.
Don't worry
Oh,
if
no, you're
there's a
supporting
no
Haas.
Ferrari.
Haas. I'm
yeah.
sorry
Wait,
about
I thought
that.
it was AlphaTauri gear. What? What is going on?
Oh yeah, damn, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. No, because AlphaTauri do have like white shirts as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're being the
Okay,
high fashion
I'm supporting.
man
Okay,
in
I'm
this
being
this three-way call.
exactly. Yeah, I'm supporting AlphaTauri and Haas today. Yeah, change my mind. And Red Bull. I'm just gonna
That's
put like a Red Bull logo in here somewhere. I don't know.
Wait, I'm still confused. So who are you going for?
All three. Red Bull, Haas, and
that's
Okay,
AlphaTauri.
wow.
that's not how it works.
I'm being a
Wow.
team supporter. Question mark.
Wow, there's gonna be some like behind the scene things going on. As soon as
Yeah.
one starts winning, it's like I'm not going for this team anymore.
Yeah. No.
Wait, you just said that my bamboozled. But who Clement, who do you have as a personal favorite? Did anyone that you see personally yourself? You're like, this guy, he's the
I
guy.
mean, we have a lot of new drivers with us for this event, so you don't never know whether they are one of the skilled drivers or one of the newer drivers into sim racing. So I don't want to place any bets yet, but we'll see. Maybe after the first lap, you can roughly gauge who's gonna be the fastest, but not at the moment.
Alex, what about you?
I'm going whoever's in Red Bull. That's
Okay.
I am fair weathering fan. I'm being one of the bandwagoners. Watch this Formula One for the first time this ever. Then it's like, oh, let me pick the best team in the grid. That's me. I'm the most fair weather fan of all time. Where's my Max? Is anyone closely named Max in this lobby? No, it doesn't seem like
No,
it.
No, not
I
really.
don't think so.
But Momo has two of them, so there we go. Momo's one of my favorites, even though he's in Mercedes, but also the Red Bull boys of Destiel. And I am not going to pronounce that because I'm going to completely butcher it, but I'm going to say Coco. There you go.
Well,
Coco
for me, right, I recognize the grid so far. Actually, there's not many new. In fact, there is people that I recognize from actually my side of racing and my own community as well. But out of them, I'm gonna put my money on Destiel. I think Destiel will triumph everything tonight. That's what I feel. And it's in the Red Bull as well. So yeah, that's my pick.
I'm gonna be in the paddock in the background while Destiel's like getting ready, just cracking my knuckles and just being like, "You better drive fast."
I'm gonna be his physio. I'm gonna like hold his water bottle.
Take a very like long sip with the water bottle. Like
Yeah.
if you see him like he spins in one of the corners on his like outlap or something, just go like.
Nah, he'll make it back. He'll bounce back. Knowing that still, he will bounce back. Top 6 global, that still says.
Wow.
Is there a global ranking for F1?
In time trial, yes.
Oh, top 6 global in time trial? Alright.
But depends on which track it is.
Or depends on what what is top 6. It could be racing, it could be something else. It could be like using the restroom the fastest.
Ayo,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Speedrun, any percent, you know.
Eating, top 6.
Yeah, there you go.
eating,
You know, eating any percent speedrun, you know.
Sleeping.
There you go.
sleeping.
No.
As a see, he can be top 6 global, but you know, is he in F2 Esports? That's the real question. So there you go. Top 6 Singapore dry time trial. Oh yeah, I'm top 1 if on supercars. Does anyone even do supercars?
Supercars.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I wish there was like a supercar race. That would be rad.
that's the new addition to F1 22 as well, right? Supercars and the drifting game mode and everything. Have y'all tried it? I haven't had the time to try it yet. Not sure if you guys
Oh,
have.
I've tried it. It's not. I mean, I don't want to like dig into it, but it's not my cup of tea personally. It's like you buy a Formula One game to play Formula One, and then you get the supercars. It's kind of, it feels weird. It feels like you're not driving a. I don't know. Have you guys ever played the new Gran Turismo game?
I don't have
That
it.
makes sense.
No.
You haven't? Okay.
No.
Well, the best way to explain it, it's like you're driving a really slow like car with like literally like stock tires. Like, you know, you have your car of your like commuting through traffic and stuff. It feels like you're driving that, if that makes sense. And it's just not fun. It's like, I don't want to commute to traffic simulator type of thing. You know, I don't want to run a race. That's my opinion of it and stuff. So, but also, hello everyone. Hope y'all doing cool. Huge shout outs to Chai. So here in the chat, you know, it's in my side of the planet. So there you go.
Yep.
So a couple people in my little side of the planet. So hello there.
Although I put my money on they're still winning tonight, right? But I recognize, like, I'm looking at the grid once again. There are only 2 potential, well, people that could probably challenge Destil for the win, or 3 actually, or 4, 5, 6.
Are you just gonna keep counting up and up?
Okay, no. Okay, so you know, I'm looking at the people that I feel that would take the win. You know, like Destil, for example. Obviously, Tekro. I think Ryan is probably there. Momo, Skipper, Aspect, I recognize as well. Zen. Then of course, Tasbe. Actually, I recognized him 2019 in an offline event. He is really quick. I remember, but obviously that at the time it was a very different game. But knowing that he's quick there, I assume he'll be quick in F1 as well. So yep. So Destil has many eyes and many drivers to watch out for.
Right.
And also as well, I was going to mention there is that new performance patch that came out just a couple of days ago that does make the car much more squirrely or understeery, so it can definitely cause more collisions that it has previously before. So if you're not careful enough, or without even thinking, you can be hitting a wall, especially in Singapore. And I think in terms of strategy in the Singapore track, it's all about, in my personal opinion, I think it's how you hit the strategy, how you nail the strategy, and then also how safe you are when it comes to driving around the track. Because you can go super fast, but I don't think, you know, super fast is always going to be the secret to success or the formula to win races. Obviously, you know, in the famous words of Will Buxton, in order to win a race, you have to finish first. But
well said.
but you know, when it comes towards racing, the consistency and how safe you drive always is more rewarded than speed itself. So whatever it comes down based to on their pit strategies of what they do, either if it's they try to do a really long one stop or a two stopper, which I think is the main way to go on the two stopper. I mean, if you're able to pretty much, you know, grind down some good laps on a one stop, I think you can gain a bunch of time.
So very much in simple English, it's all to play for.
Yes.
I guess.
Very much. There we go.
All right. I think most of our drivers are really just waiting for just a few left. So probably in the next 5 minutes, we'll be getting to the qualifying session. Do y'all want to talk about Vettel's retirement? How do you feel about it? You know, sad, depressed, happy. I
Everything,
don't know,
every
man.
emotion.
I mean,
I remember the first race that I watched with Vettel was actually in the Singapore Grand Prix 2013 when he was still back at Red Bull. And then I remember, following him from Red Bull then to Ferrari. Then obviously the infamous 2017 Singapore that happened. And then following him until now in Aston Martin. Obviously a bit heartbreaking for his retirement, but understandable. Eventually the rest of the real life F1 drivers will also retire, because of age and other priorities in life. So it's sad, but it's understandable. What
his
about you,
whole
Alex? How do you feel?
Dang, you got me like mid-shoot. But for me, for me personally, Vettel's like my favorite driver out of the whole 20 in the grid. So it's pretty big sad to see him go. So, but I hope once he spends his time with his family and everything from there, he turns into like a pretty good like global ambassador, because I really do like all of the stuff that he was introducing to increase awareness about certain things that are happening within the F1 space, and also like in specific countries as well. And I think a lot of it needs to be changed in terms of Formula One, because a couple of statements that they pull out and then the actions that they actually do when it comes towards combating certain things, like it definitely does not match of what they're trying to like do statements in social media and everything from there. So hopefully we'll see him back again as an ambassador to make more meaningful change and everything from there later down the line.
All right, Clement, how do you feel?
I mean, I'll put it out there that I didn't like Vettel as a driver when he was still in the Red Bull era. When he was, to me, he was quite cocky in a sense. But when as time went by, we saw his genuine self, and he became a nice guy. Vettel, the nice guy. I think that's commonly known of him from his fans. So sad that he has to go, but after watching that tear-jerking video, it's quite nice that he's taking a break from Formula One just to get closer to his family and everything lah. So we'll miss him, but I'm sure we'll get another racing driver to step up, which will be equally as good as him.
You know what I hope? Vettel to be FIA president.
Come
on. I mean, to be fair, he will do a good job. Or FIA race director, okay?
I don't know,
Probably
man.
start from there and then go up from there.
Alright, anyways, our drivers are going to be readying up, so let's get ready to enter the qualifying session.
I'm excited. We got the little countdown. I don't think you guys can see in the stream, but it's already counting down, so I'm pretty excited from there. But yeah, I'm excited with the little, cool little cash prize and everything from there. So whoever wins, I believe the top 3 and whoever gets fastest lap, it's a nice and refreshing treat to whoever wins and everything from there. So I am excited.
I wonder what the winners will use their money for though. Buy new F1 stuff? Buy new racing gear maybe?
You know what I would buy?
What?
Buy a nice dinner for my family at Applebee's.
Yeah.
That's what I would buy.
For
But
the Singapore
there's no
context,
Applebee's in Singapore,
you might want to explain what Applebee's are.
Yeah, there's no Applebee's in Singapore, but it's just an American restaurant. That's pretty much it.
I overheard what Applebee's was before, so that's why I know. Yeah, that's not a bad option. Yeah.
And honestly, Applebee's is not that good as well.
Why you gotta put it like that, man?
Hey, but better than nothing.
Yeah, better than nothing. That's the thing. Swenson's. Is it like it's like an American
Swenson's, I see.
style, like
a family restaurant?
Burgers.
Okay. Some
You're gonna be
technical
hungry,
issues.
man.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna make everyone hungry.
We have some technical issues. I'm so sorry about that. My game just decided to close by itself, so let me reopen that real quick.
Don't worry, I'm very sure we haven't missed much yet.
Yeah, I see the notification right here. But yeah, it's not a no biggie. Everyone has to do their little outlap and everything from there, so it's all good. Unless we can overly dramatize someone going 1
No,
mile
then
over
I'll miss
the.
all the action.
Oh my gosh!
So
Look at
while
this person
Clement,
in the Haas. He's
Stop
driving the
it.
speed limit on the pit lane. Oh my lord!
oh my god, Jessica's doing like 100.
100
Oh,
in the
Okay,
pit.
so while Clement fixes his game, right?
And chat. You guys won't believe this right now. People are driving.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
people are racing
I
on the
was not
outlap. Can't you
expecting
believe
that.
it?
I mean, we weren't racing the outlet, but I think, dude, everyone's being very kind and courteous. They're like, just
For
hanging
now.
out, chilling, enjoying the drive. They can't really drive on Singapore streets like this any day of the week, so it's all good.
True. So
But
obviously for those who are new to F1, today's event, it is a short qualifying, 18 minutes, 18 minutes short for pole. So obviously, we still have some time.
All
Just
right.
15 minutes to go, in fact.
We are back. The
So-
stream is back.
Yes.
Yep. So while Clement is back. Thank God. Welcome back, Clement.
Thank you very much. Let's.
and to give a little bit more context as well in terms of I guess strategy and just educating you guys on how it works. So every driver gets 4 sets of soft tires so they can do 4 qualifying runs, or a bit more if they have extra time. But usually when it comes towards the soft tires, the more laps you take on the tires, the more degradation it goes and the slower the car is going to go essentially. But these 4 tires also will also be used in the race if they opt out or opt in to use the soft tires as well. So in terms of strategy, you can pretty much do 3 soft runs and then have a new set of soft tires for the race, and then have that just in case anything happens or anything like that, or even 2 or even 3, or if you're weird and don't want to set a qualifying lap, you can just have all of them freshly new and everything from there. So
It's not weird,
but-
man. It's a strat.
I mean, it is a strategy, but not necessarily a good one. That's for sure.
Alright, anyways, we have a few people who are on their flying laps. I'm running on board with Aspect at the moment. Doing pretty well. Yeah, Aspect. Doing pretty well so far. Obviously on the limit at very much turn 10.
Oh,
then
almost
turn-
sliding there.
Yep. Obviously this year's cars are very new. Definitely different. So
The curves are slightly more dangerous, I feel.
That's true.
Yes, and then also as well, you pretty much have to commit to the lap whenever you're doing your fast lap, because I don't know if you guys noticed the battery on the bottom. You only have enough battery charge to complete 1 lap, and that's pretty much additional speed, I guess you could say. More battery equals more speed. But if you had no battery, then no speed.
No
Yep,
speed.
very much
straightforward.
well said.
So Chai says, "Who are we rooting for, fam? Everyone, or we are a very positive area here, so everyone. We're rooting for everyone." As Aspect does place his very first lap here with a 137.3, so it is the standard to set for in terms of lap.
And
so,
Destil has already one-upped it.
That still goes 9/10 faster. Okay.
with the 136.4, that is definitely a fast lap for our Dusty boy here.
Alright,
and everything
Tacro's
from
in
there,
his
so.
last few turns until he
Skipper
reaches...
141.2, not pretty quick. He definitely have to go again, unfortunately.
and Tacro will be 140.3. Alright.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see
And
how
also-
the grid shapes up.
Yeah, and also as well as more time passes as well, there's more rubber going to be on the racetrack, so we will see faster times slowly being trickled in and settling into the track. So we will see definitely faster times, as we do see also Anik from the Haas enter
Oh,
140. I think
Ryan
he's in
spins on his
140.
flying lap. Unfortunate Ryan. Let's see, who else is on the fast lap? Heejin being hampered a little bit by the Red Bull on his fast lap, but
Ooh, I think there was contact between the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull of Kokomi. So not very good.
Yellow flags being
Unfortunately.
waved in Sector 1. One of the Mercedes actually spinning out.
I think that's a glitch yellow flag. It's been there for quite a while.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Ah. The marshals just waving hi to us, so they're waving the yellow flags.
Yep. Very, very much. So yeah, there's still so far the fastest 1:36.4. That's the benchmark. Closest to him is Tasbe actually 1:36.8. 4 tenths off, but yeah, then afterwards is Aspect 1:37.3. Zen 1:37.6. So yeah, we very much can see Cruz came very much prepared for this event.
Alright, but the Mercedes
sure.
of freaks on a fast lap. Let's look at him right now. Taking the corners quite clean actually, not really taking much of curves right now. Playing it safe, I guess.
Yeah, it does seem like he's taking quite a bit of a safety lap to try to like just have a lap established in the track. So, which is not bad. I think it's usually what I end up doing on most races that I end up participating in and everything from there. So
We have a very long train coming up at Sector 3. Wonder what those cars are thinking of doing.
They're doing their lap together.
That's
Yeah,
not
teamwork,
something
you know?
you really see
Teamwork.
in qualifying.
Teamwork in F1, I like it. In a very
That's
different way.
very uncommon, but it works if they don't give each other dirty air. Then
it's a
Fricks
pretty solid
almost
strategy
spins
to
out.
pretty much go from there.
Okay,
Heejin,
Fricks.
unfortunately, he does invalidate after the first corner, so took too much curb, and yep.
Oh, Fricks
Just gets
abandons
slapped in
his
that.
lap into and goes into the pits.
Yeah, and
Oh,
also as
well.
well, like I don't think there's going to be a much opportunity to do another lap because of the battery charges.
Zucate spins at the final corner as he tries to complete his lap, but he just entered the pits from the main straight. Interesting. Seems like I remember I heard recently there was a handling change for the F1 22 cars, right? So maybe our drivers aren't used to it yet. So
there's definitely a big factor that can be affecting most drivers or pretty much drivers that practiced but haven't realized they have been kind of caught off guard. That makes sense. So, and there's also a difference between whenever you set time trial laps in the time trial mode, it gives you like the most optimal tire temperatures, and also I think in the daytime as well. So like the ambient temperature and the tire temperature is different, so it might be feeling the car might feel a little bit different, if that makes sense.
I see.
So that can be definitely a factor as well. So some curves that they can definitely take flat out might be different on this qualifying session.
Right. So
B-Sim has left the session, so I think he raged in the Alpine garage and I'm gonna ask him, ooh, as you wanted to start his flying lap and spins on the final corner and spins again, so not a good start for you.
Wazuki,
You as in, yeah.
you.
I think it was in the same spot as Zucati actually. As
Alright.
we do see Wazook unfortunately validate his lap.
Oh,
well, but
I was rooting for his lap. I didn't realize he was invalidated.
yeah.
Oh man.
But so far Destiel still has the fastest lap after almost pretty much the halfway point of this qualifying session. So
alright.
I would say around this time we might see a couple more drivers coming out, and then at the very last couple minutes everyone trying to squeeze in one final lap as well.
Alright, let's ride on board with Charisse in the McLaren car, the Papaya, as we like to call it. Actually, Charisse is one of the faster drivers in the list of participants from what I remember in the previous event. But I'm used to seeing him in the Ferrari, not a McLaren, so that might change up things.
I remember I raced Charisse actually in my lobbies. He's quick, and but this time 1:38.4, definitely
not
some
the best
time
timing,
off. Yeah,
not the best.
I think everyone is just getting used to, well, one, the new cars, and of course secondly the recent handling updates. So there's definitely a very big difference, and I can understand why.
Right.
So yeah. and I believe Anik has retired in the pits.
Oh no.
Not sure what happened there,
That's
but I think he's called. He's called it a day on his quali lap. So
that's quite an early retirement, actually.
yeah.
He might have hit the pit wall, maybe because you know how like a lot of drivers spin out in that little. Or we saw a lot of drivers spin out in that little specific section. Maybe he actually slammed his car into the wall.
Yeah.
Keeper improves 141, but still some time off from obviously the top man himself, Destil, 136.4.
Yeah,
Some work to do.
We also have Fricks here, and P17 still hasn't set a lap yet, but hopefully he will set a lap right now because there is time is running a little bit short now. So I would at least try to set a banker lap and then go from there, and then try to set another lap in because time is running out. Singapore is one of the longest tracks in the game. I think it's 1 minute 40, and also one of the longest distance races or longest timed races in real life F1 and also in-game F1. So it is a lot of laps that they have to accomplish. So it's a very tough track. That's what I'm trying to say.
Don't forget, it's also very humid. even right now, as I sit here and speak, it is humid in my room. Even though, ooh, what a small slide by Aspect. I was right on board with him. There's a small slide. He nearly kissed the wall, but yep, he's kept it well within it.
So you're watching Fricks. He did get P6. Aspect is going into. Holly's going to go into the pits at this point, I would say. I mean, I would cut my losses and go to the pits and try to do one more last run and everything from there. So hopefully goes from there. But so far, still 3 drivers, Asquar, Wazik, and Zucati, still haven't set a lap yet. So hopefully we can get them to have a lap set. So they don't start in the back. Or maybe, you know, at this point, they might take it as a strategy and just opt into starting from the back because it's definitely much safer to start in the back than like in the middle of the pack. I would say from like P15 to P6, it's kind of like a dangerous place to be at sometimes. If someone misses their brake pedal. I've definitely done that before. Missed my brake pedal on a start of the race and hit Theo actually in one of them, so that was fun.
Yep, I felt great for that race. It was quite tough afterwards.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, it's all fun and games. Anyways, Anyways, 4 minutes 30 to go before the end of qualifying. Alex, what do you normally do at this point in time?
I mean, at this point, I would just wait until like around like 3-ish minutes or like 3.5 minutes, and then start getting out to do the fast lap and warm up the tires as fast as you can, and try to set one more lap.
Guys,
from there.
I'm seeing a few raindrops on Upper's camera, so
oh, you're right.
we might be seeing some rain in the
so
race.
we will see some droplets at the end of the qualifying session.
So it might remain at the current times that we have actually. So
yeah, timings may not improve unless our drivers are actually more skilled in the rain, which I don't foresee happening.
I want to see if I know Destiel's on his fast lap right now. I want to see if he's improving his time.
No, I think he made a mistake going into the Anderson after the Anderson Bridge actually. So yeah, he probably went to change to a hotel. Like after his win, change to the hotel.
Oh, it did look like he kind of looks like he hit the wall on that one turn as well. So, but yeah, there is definitely the little rain droplets and effects happening. So there is, it is going to definitely be no one's going to do a faster lap time. I think at this point in the.
Nope, Destil is unable to get
so I think there's going to be. Yep.
Well,
let's see.
Yeah, I'm just
seeing. Still gets a 137.1. So yeah, definitely. Cars are definitely slowing down. I mean, for the lower drivers that are like up down in like obviously for the P19, P20, P18, all the way I would say even up to like P7, P8. I think they still have an opportunity to improve their time from what they have currently set, even though there's wet weather conditions, but I still think there's room for improvement.
Right now, Aswa is very
the shocking thing to me was I was about to say, why hasn't Aspa set a lap yet?
He's going to set a lap. Alright.
Ah, okay.
But
Unless
in the
he
rain, it
messes
seems
up.
like it's not gonna be too fast. Okay,
Yeah,
P17 is very
came out
long,
at the wrong timing slightly, and the rain, the small droplets, even though it doesn't impact much to us. Ooh, it just had a little bit.
Okay.
Yep, but it does hamper your lap time. So
Now it's
yep.
all eyes on Wazook and see what he can do in the drizzle. Actually, won't the rain help you cool your tires off? No, like cold water touching your hot tires and get cooler tires.
Nah, I think it'll make you lose grip though. You can probably think of it that way in terms of cooling your tires, but no, you're just gonna lose grip on the tarmac.
Just a thought.
These aren't really normal road tires, unfortunately.
And Tsukate retires from the session.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's quite unlikely that they are able to improve the timings further anyways.
Alright, the crowd is asking for this. Let's look at F1 GMR. His fast lap here
I
at
don't
the
think he
yard.
improved. Did he?
No, he's 7 seconds behind his previous timing.
I mean, he did just start his lap, though. So,
Perhaps
might,
that's a glitch, yeah. Might be a glitch.
yeah.
And
Let's
you
see-
have
let's see how
called
he
it
goes in
a
sector one. So we
US.
do have, yeah, we definitely started seeing a lot of puddles as well. But yeah, F1 GMR definitely has 1 second behind his delta, so there's no way he can improve his lap time from here on out. I think a lot of drivers are definitely not improving from here. So
Oh, Wazook spins on the final corner, but manages to put in a lap time.
He
That puts
really
him-
loves Singapore
lap time
Airlines.
in. He gets the lap time in. That's
Yeah,
all that
he-
matters. Gets
It
it
goes
P19, but it works.
P19.
It
I was
works.
gonna say he really loves Singapore Airlines.
Oh my gosh.
In the right context, but yeah,
Let's
the
go.
rain has come down at the wrong timing, and unfortunately, for us commentators, not the way they end qualifying, but yeah, Destio, his first lap, well, it did count, and it's on pole.
Yeah, the banker lap was the lap time that got him in the pole position at the end of the day. So that's pretty well
That's
done. by
all
him.
he needed.
Yep,
And
you're
DRS
disabled,
is
and-
disabled. That just means
Yep.
the rain is too heavy, man. I wonder
Yeah,
if we'll
there's
see this in
nothing-
the race.
Oh, that could be a very
Right.
interesting race.
That would be a. I mean, it could be fun and exciting. It can be a definite wild card, but I'm hoping it can be like mixed conditions because drivers won't be able to know what exact time to pit.
Right.
Try to make a good
And the
guess to
setup
try
is
to,
gonna
get ahead
be
of everyone else.
yeah, setup is gonna be a bit mixed. Not gonna be full dry, not gonna be full wet.
Yeah. So, and also if it's full wet, oh man, a lot of drivers are probably gonna be in pain if they didn't put a wet setup
Yep.
on their car's tuning settings and everything from there. So
And I think we should be concluding the qualifying session once this Red Bull gets into its garage.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So, Destio Tasbe on the front row, Zen Aspects row 2, Momo Fricks row 3. Yes, I think it's a Mercedes row 3, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
It
Komi
is.
Saris row 4. Yep. Appa Skipper row 5. Teko Bisim and everybody else at the back. Very much unfortunate.
Surprisingly, we didn't see any penalties being given out in qualifying. I'm very surprised.
Let me find out actually.
No, don't think
Yeah, not
anyone
really.
got any penalties.
Yep.
So, our drivers will be going for a 5 minutes break while that's happening. Let's turn back to our caster cams.
So they're still on pole. Can he convert that into a win?
It's all depending on how consistent he is going to be when it comes towards the race. And if Tasby can actually stay behind and chase him down, he can definitely have his race in his hands. Just based on the DRS and overtaking capabilities that is available. Unless it's a wet race, then that would be a little bit wild and everything from there. So
funny thing was I recognized the top 5 drivers. So
Oh,
and to be fair, it's all to play for the win.
Also, to not interrupt for any drivers that are listening, and don't click advance, so you guys can have your wonderful 5 minutes of break time and everything from there.
Yes, please
so.
do not press advance, please. All right.
So yeah, that would definitely be not a fun thing.
Yeah, but if you do, don't worry. The FIA will give you a very severe penalty. Don't worry.
The FIA
real
being
life FIA,
us?
the real life FIA.
Real?
I mean, I didn't say it was you guys, but you know.
Dang, I think we're all frozen on the screen right now. There we go. We're back. We're back.
Okay, no, we're frozen again. Wait, what happened?
Don't say. Don't.
Oh,
don't,
okay,
I'm
we're back. We're
literally
back.
stuck at the exact same
All right,
spot
we're
where
back.
I am
We're
at.
back. We're back.
You know, there you go. Cool. Perfect. But yeah, there's a quick little 5-minute break for the drivers, so you know it's gonna be fun and exciting and everything from there. And what I'm interested in is that whoever gets the fastest lap time. I can definitely see like drivers in the back, like just starting the like mass pit into soft tires at the end of the race, just to get that last fastest lap prize money. Should be pretty great.
But remember,
I
it's
do want
only
to say though, I think the weather looks quite dry, isn't it?
yeah. I think somehow the rain got cleared up, and the marshals managed to sweep off all the standing water from the track.
Yeah, it's the FIA vacuum cleaner, just like
The FIA vacuum cleaner.
just sucking away the clouds. Just like okay, you get dark sky. That's it.
Yeah, but Alex, you mentioned about the fastest lap award, but remember that only goes to the top 10 drivers. So if you are ranging in P11 to P20, you would not be able to claim the prize. Yep.
So like real life Formula 1,
Yes,
pretty much.
like real life, correct.
Which would definitely avoid also the, because if I was me and if I would be in dead last, I would just be pitting every like lap.
Just going for the fastest lap.
Yep. Like you guys can fight for points positions. I'm here in the back, racing for fastest lap. So we'll be fine. But yeah, like I wonder when it comes towards the strategies, what drivers are going to pick, because obviously you have the 3 tire compounds that you start with the race: the soft compound, the medium compound, and the hard compound. And Singapore, the track, definitely has, I would say, the highest tire wear in the whole game itself. So obviously, if you're in the softs, you would be driving faster, but the tire degradation wears off much faster compared to the mediums and the hards. And then the hards last the longest, and the mediums kind of like a compromise between both. But yeah, also as well, like in terms of you should prepare for like a safety car coming out, maybe. What I wonder what the drivers are thinking in terms of like, what tire am I going to start so I can get the most optimal strategy starting out and everything.
I'm gonna predict most, if not everyone, will start in the hards.
Really? So aggressive. I'm willing to say that there will still be some on softs, at least going for the faster getaway, and then just seeing the course of the race, because it's so unpredictable, right? Lap 1 usually has the most incidents, so maybe you go on softs, then you see the safety car come out, then you can adjust your strategy accordingly.
Yeah, like myself personally, I would try to go on the softs to try to gain as many positions as possible from the early race, and then try to pit into the hards and try to stretch as long as possible the hards that you can, because I feel like I predict that I would as us casting and watching, I feel like there's going to be an early safety car and a late safety car.
Well, I want the rain to come out, man. I want to see some rain.
Okay, let me call the FIA vacuum cleaner just like to empty out the cloud. They can just send the cloud back to the clouds.
What if the the FIA in this scenario of the Clement man himself actually scripted it? It's like, oh hey, there's rain at the end of the race.
No, I did not do such rigging of the weather. calling the rain god.
There is a pending investigation for Clement Turtle for predicting the weather or planning the weather.
That's not
for
against
summoning
the
the thunder
rules.
gods, and bringing
Yeah,
lightning. And
something God for you. You don't need the FIA. The God will come after you instead.
Thunder god.
That would
Funny you
be really
said that.
great.
I just watched the newest Thor movie yesterday, so yeah, I met him in the cinema. So I told him, my race is tomorrow. Can you like send some rain inside? He said sure. So yeah, we'll see. We hopefully will see some rain later in the race.
FIA stewards. The stewards are now investigating Clement Turtle summoning Thor.
Wait, so for the movie, what would you give it as a rating? What's your rating on the movie? On the Clement star rating or rating?
I won't give a precise rating, but I'll say it's pretty low on my list. Yeah, unfortunately,
Dang.
for me. Any of y'all caught the movie
Dang.
yet? Any of you?
No. Here's a spoiler. I haven't, or a little revelation of Maya, not a spoiler, but I haven't really watched any superhero movie. I think the only one I've seen was like Infinity War. That's it.
It's
at
been
least
too long
watch-
since I've watched an actual movie, so yeah.
Wait, Alex, do you actually at least watch the continuation after Infinity War, like Endgame?
Yeah, the two parts. Yeah.
I thought you watched the first part and then you didn't watch the second part. Then they'll be like,
That'll be
"What are you
hilarious.
doing?"
No. I watched the second part and then not the first part.
Right.
No, actually, I think I ended up watching the second part first.
Wait, how does that happen? Okay.
Meanwhile, while we actually wait for the drivers to come back, so seeing the qualifying, guys, who do you think's gonna win?
Man, that still
I
seemed
give it
pretty
to-
quick.
Yeah, as long as Destio can keep it consistent, there's no reason he shouldn't be winning the race essentially from there. But if I forgot his name, who was in P2,
Vespi.
Haspe.
Yeah. As long I think if he's able to like stay within the second with Destio in the first 3 laps before the DRS gets enabled, I think he has a fair shot as well. As long as he can just stick with them within the second for the DRS activation.
Okay, well, I'm putting my money on Abstractify.
Wait,
I
but
don't know.
Yeah,
where
same
since
here.
when?
From the chat.
I was like, did I miss out a name in qualifying?
I'm kidding. Okay, Destio, you have 3 commentator votes to you. Okay, so you better win.
I mean, if I want to be honest, he's definitely won like the driver that they vote for me. So, and he's already won my heart, is what I'm trying to say, and also Theo's heart. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
No, actually, Abstract won my heart. In the chat.
Oof, that's a big oof right there.
Sorry, Destio.
But actually, commentators don't get votes. We just get cursors. So
Yeah, no.
Who are you gonna place your commentator's curse on today? That's the bigger question.
That's wow, Theo. How do you throw it out like that? There's a reason I'm wearing this shirt. Jeez, gosh.
Okay, it's okay. I'm wearing the Haas shirt, so AlphaTauri, Red Bull thing. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna predict Ducati. Anyway.
Wow. I'm not cursing anyone, so that is.
That's what you say now, Alex. But I'm sure it'll happen.
That is a mean thing. I have someone in my mind, and I'll tell you if it actually
happens.
If it happens, all right. Here, you know what? I'm gonna write it down on this little sticky note, and then I won't touch it from there and reveal if I got it or not.
Okay, plot twist. Everyone is gonna be commentators cursed.
No, don't say that.
No, but on the bright note, okay, if you commentator curse everyone, there's no biasness, that's one. And then you have a lot of excitement, safety car.
My bad.
So to be fair, actually it's not a bad idea. If you curse everybody, nobody wins. Only the Mercedes AMG safety car wins.
What if everyone DNFs? What are we gonna do here? Are we gonna go into like a death battle of who gets the money?
No,
we switch a game.
That means the Singapore Grand Prix wins. It's Obsidian Legion will donate like will give a donation to Singapore Grand Prix. See, nobody wins.
Oh, okay. All right.
So Singapore
Wait,
Grand
what?
Prix wins.
What?
See, the Singapore
So
Grand
is
Prix
that-
wins.
I
that
don't
mean,
think
like-
that's how it works, man.
Does that mean 2 of the 3 casters are gonna go to the Singapore Grand Prix? Is that how
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna work?
just the
That's
2
true.
Singaporeans
And Alex,
and
you're going
Alex.
as well.
What? How? I'm not even in Singapore.
We'll put you in a
Theo's,
suitcase.
Theo's gonna pay for your travel fees here and everything.
Oh,
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, man.
F1 is
Let's
partnered by
go.
DHL, right? So we're just gonna get a very big human-sized DHL box, and then
Alright,
put you in there and ship you.
As long as there's a pillow, I'm fine. That's
okay.
that's all I need. All I just need is just the comfort of sleep and everything from there. But now
So,
I'm pretty sure we are about to start into.
Yes, our race is
the race.
all back. So
So
we
let me-
will get ready for the race start. Lap 1 is
Right, I'm
always
gonna-
so chaotic, man.
to keep it a secret on to the chat. I'm gonna write down who I think is commentators cursed, but the casters can see it, but they're not gonna reveal it. Okay, we're gonna see if it actually works. All right, is that a good?
5 lights in front of us.
Oh yeah, no formation laps. So 5 laps or 5 lights.
5 laps.
And let's go.
The race has begun.
That
But,
still
ooh,
gets
it
away
seems like
quite
Tasby-
cleanly. Tasby
Yeah,
right
Tasby got a
alongside.
pretty
Oh,
good start.
okay.
Ooh. Oh, there's a little bit of contact though between Tasby and Destiel, but Tasby
Just
has
do
the
side
inside.
by
He might
side.
be able to pass him here on the start. Yeah, and he is on the medium compound tire, so he's definitely in the faster compound tire, so he will have a good opportunity.
Oh,
over
he
here.
buses.
Ooh, there's
Yeah, still got a bit
Destiel.
off shape. But yeah, actually so far everyone's clean. Like going through like a few turns. Right, turn 7 now. Yeah,
And
everyone's clean.
Aspect getting past Momo right now. Momo goes slightly wide and tries to come back down the inside of Aspect and gets the move done. So both McLarens are actually together now in the Mercedes sandwich.
Yeah, it is a definitely very clean start. Very surprised on my and to be honest with you, I was expecting some sort of like someone crashing or colliding or anything from there, but so far everything's so good, which is very lovely to see and watch and everything from there. And oh no, F1
Unfortunately, we
PMR
have
has probably crashed. Maybe it looks like that was a left session in terms of a game crash.
Yep. I'm quite surprised though. Some have definitely opted for the mediums, but other than that, most of it went for the hards. So I'm correct, somewhat.
Yeah, it's a majority on the hards. So you did do a really good prediction from there.
Thank you.
And,
And I think Alpha spun. If I'm not wrong.
Oh no! So yeah, he isn't definitely the last one. Here's my here's my revelation of who's going to be cursed. So,
Oh.
for the casters,
All
all right,
right,
all right.
Alex.
So
We saw that.
Oh, sorry,
So,
it's a spin. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes,
both
spun. Oh
Legion
no,
and-
it's
there's a
spin.
couple
Oh,
of quite a bit
Ryan
of cars.
spun.
Series, yeah.
Ryan spun
And our
Legion
poor
is
man
Legion
Ryan
ran
as well.
pits.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't realize the AlphaTauri pit crew are in blue.
And he
Thought
pits
they'd
already.
be in white.
I think he might have damage as he does.
Yeah.
So Legion
yeah,
has
front wing
damage. And it's gonna be a lonely race from you.
Did the teammates get into some contact right there at the end of the
I think
lap?
they have. I think they have.
I think what happened is one of them like spun, and then the other one didn't ghost in time, so they one was just
Right,
unfortunately
right.
stuck in the collision, if that makes sense, and everything from there. But Tasby is already within more than a second ahead from Destiel, so far so good for Tasby. Maintaining the lead, definitely surprising all of us from here. Momo is actually within striking distance of Zen as well, with him being on the fresher medium tires, or compared to Zen's full hards. But I mean, they're both 1 lap olds, so I don't know why I said fresher. But moving on.
I'm actually
I think
watching.
DRS is going to be enabled next lap, so we'll see some potential overtakes starting
Yeah,
soon.
I'm actually
Yellow
watching
flag,
Wazoo.
sector 2. Someone's at a spin. I think it's Teco.
I'm actually
Ooh,
watching
and this seems like
Wazoo
there was a
and
major
Skipper.
collision actually within there, so. But Tekra does get a 5-second penalty for having a severe collision, and between the drivers. But yeah, there is and also GMR fortunately hitting the
Wazoo.
wall in the back.
Front wing damage as well, so it's a trip to the pits for him.
Wazook now trying to
Yes.
get past B-Sim or
Yeah,
Skipper. I'm not sure.
Wheel-to-wheel action.
which it
Oh,
is.
there's both.
Cyrus as well. Wow. His, also front wing damage for the McLaren, so his race has gone from, well, okay to bad and now to worse. So not a good one for Cyrus.
Oh, the Williams of Wazook finally getting past Skipper after getting stuck for like half a lap.
It's a spin for the Red Bull, and it's Kokomi.
Spin. Oh,
No, very, very unfortunate for Kokomi.
Alex
On that one.
crying internally for his Red Bull.
Yep, I'm literally RN, crying RN, how they say it in the cool things or the cool kids and everything from there. So
Meanwhile,
yeah.
I'm watching Momo right behind Zen. Will he do something? Nope, not really.
No, still too far.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh,
Maybe the
Zen
next-
got a bit of a
there's-
moment. Yeah, Zen
there
had a
is a
moment.
There's
Oh,
a bit of
you
a
actually
oversteer there.
passes his teammate right now. You and Appa swapping places, Alfa Romeo. Some
Yep,
team orders there, maybe.
happening. Yep, it is team orders. Unfortunately,
Dang,
you
well
faster, the faster Alfa Romeo. So, yep, unfortunately.
There's a little bit of wheel spin as well on the I guess in the transition between Appa and you.
Alright, Momo having his
Right.
DRS open right now on the main straight. Can he pass Zen? Not yet.
I think in the
just yet.
second straight he does have a really good opportunity of overtaking here, so we'll see how it goes once they are entering here in this next upcoming straight.
Speaking of which, Vespi has actually extended his lead to a 2.2 second. So that's quite... I'm pretty sure he will have control of the race over the whole duration. Unless maybe a safety car comes up.
Oh, I'm watching Momo. Will he do something? Nope. It's just sticking right behind Zen all the way.
Very patient,
Yeah.
even though he's on the faster compound of mediums.
But do note that his mediums does wear out faster, I believe.
Yeah, so the more time is behind Zen, the more time he's pretty much essentially losing. And also as well, it's so much harder to overtake on this year's F1 game compared to the previous years. It definitely takes you a lot more like ERS and the DRS to be able to overtake someone. So it is much more difficult to try to pass someone. But we do see Appa and you.
Ooh, down
there's
it!
Oh,
oh
no!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, some
I just
things
switched
have
to his
happened.
camera and Appa
Oh
tried
no!
to send it into turn 14.
Oh
his
no,
teammate.
that's our first retirement of
way-
the night.
That
Yeah,
causes
that was. Oh my
the
god.
full course safety cars. So full course caution safety cars out. And it's pretty much like, I mentioned it is, hey, first couple of laps,
I was
safety cars didn't come out.
I was watching on board Appa, and then I'm like, "Are you sure you're gonna do that move
Oh,
here?"
we have
be very
Momo who's
precise.
pitting right now. Momo pitting for hearts. So
Oh,
guess he's trying to
swapped
go
the
for
camera.
He's gonna go till the end of the race, perhaps, on this set of
Yeah,
hearts. But
you can be able to do it, but it is going to be very, very painful to drive at the very end of the race.
a lot
and
of
everything
people
from there,
pitting
so.
actually. The pit is
Hey.
very busy right now.
Yeah. Anyways, I was running on board with Appa, and then he was trying to make a move on you, into turn 14 with the DRS on. Unfortunately, didn't get the braking point correct, and too much speed, and to the wall he goes.
Ah,
So yeah, just very, very unlucky.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think did we catch it on the mainstream. Hopefully, we did.
we saw the aftermath, but we didn't see the process, unfortunately.
Oh,
we saw
me
him
and
in the
Axel in the hot seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the live thing, but it was literally like switch to that camera, and then 1 second later we saw the collision. So it was like we barely just caught that one. So, but yeah, Alpha unfortunately is the first DNF of this race here, and we do have the full course safety car here, and Tasby is up ahead. He still hasn't opted into pitting, which is, in my opinion, not going to work out well for him. But Tasby and Destiel are in these still in the same set of compound tires. Momo actually has a really good opportunity to make something work after him pitting into the hard compounds. I think he is going to try to risk it and pretty much try to stick until the rest of the race on those hard compounds. So, but also as well, Zucati, let's not leave him out, and also as well as you, he will definitely have those hard compound tires as well. Fricks and Komi, as well as Anik and I believe Ryan. They might, or Ryan is also on the hard, so not Ryan, but the other medium compound tire runners that just pitted have an opportunity. Well, we're more than likely going to have to pit one more time until the end of the race.
Now, funny enough, Momo has pitted, and so has Zucati and you. So if they can bring this somehow to the end of the race, which will be a big task, could fare quite well for them. And Ryan as well also with the pits.
Right, Derek says, does the safety car appear in the past races here? Personally, in my experience of like just league racing, and there's a collision between Tasby.
Oh,
Goes down all the way to
that's-
P5.
oh no. P9, P10 actually.
Now P9, P10. Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know what happened there. Was there a
I think
it seemed
he
like it was a.
I think he may have lost himself actually, like just by weaving for the tire temperature. And it does has front ring damage, so yeah, that's not good news.
Oh,
for
that
him.
is not. Yeah, that is
He would-
definitely not good news from. Yeah, you can see a missing end plate on that part of the car. So very, very unnatural mistake by
Very
Tasby.
unfortunate.
So very unfortunate mistake as well. So hopefully, as long as the safety car does not come in this lap, I think he is going to be in an okay position. But all the cars are pretty much bunching up, so he might be in a really bad spot, and that might potentially cost him the race, or the opportunity to pretty much win the race from there. So
Drama on lap 5 and 6 of 31 in this Singapore Grand Prix, but it does promote Zen and Aspect into the top 3 places.
Safety car is coming in
so
this lap. It's bad.
Hopefully
Bad
very
news for
bad news
Vasby.
for Vasby as well.
Yeah.
So, oh no. From
Things are
P1
not
to
going his way,
P6.
man.
Yeah, unfortunately.
what would
So
you do
it
at
is-
this scenario? So do you just like stay out and just take
Hope
the
for the
damage,
best.
or just pit and hope for the best? Oh man, both scenarios are so tough. I
Yes,
would
it-
personally pit just because so early in the race, still as well, as long as it's not like late in the race. I mean, he can still come back and he can switch into the hards and do the same strategy as Momo with the one lap. But man, it is definitely a tough scenario for Tasby.
Alright, we'll be switching the camera back to Destil to see his restart from the safety car. See if he's able to get away from Zen, who is directly behind
Will
him
he
right now.
catch Zen napping? I think he caught Zen napping.
Oh,
Yeah, I
And
think he
they're
did.
back.
Too.
away.
Yep, he did gain 6/10 out of that, and still weaving on the straight.
Oh,
so he's
wait,
still
we have an
straight.
Alpine that spun.
Beast him! Beast him spun!
Oh no.
Ooh, on the restart. Not good news for him.
Oh no.
A few
It's
passes
very-
actually. Yu is now back up to P10 after passing Kokomi.
So yeah, we'll see. Tasby actually decided to opt out and stay out on the track to try to pretty much make up as much time as possible. But he is definitely
He is losing time
doesn't
actually.
he is
not
definitely losing
working
time
his
to
way.
Skipper.
There is a 5-second penalty for you for gaining 1 place for corner cutting. That's
We have
quite big. Yeah,
we have
that's not
double
good news
yellows
for him.
in sector 2. I think F1 GMR actually spun.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the chat real quick. Wolfie has said that he went to get tea and then Des is back on top. Is that why that happened?
You went to
Went
get
to
tea.
Oh, over
Damn.
tea.
Tea is a new cursed drink.
I knew it.
Are you drinking
See,
tea,
Wolfie?
Alex?
Damn it.
Alex, if you drink tea now, then the driver that you wrote down will be cursed.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm kidding.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna get coffee instead. I'll be right back, guys. See you.
And it seems like yellow flag sector 3, it seems like Skipper lost a couple of positions as well. So it seems something happened to him. Ooh, he has a missing end plate, it seems like. On my... Oh, no, actually, he's not. He doesn't. So ignore what I just pretty much said.
Momo is
So the
now
race continues.
Oh, Momo passes Vespi on the main straight now. He's really losing a lot of time without the end plate, so he should really consider pitting soon.
Husband is trying to pull a Shao Leclerc from real life, and
I don't think he can do that
but
without the end plate, man. That's not gonna work out well.
It's gonna be so tough. It's
but-
such a tough scenario for him. When you
Yellow
picks up
flag.
another 3-second penalty for pretty
Ooh,
much.
that's collision. Ryan and GMR and Heejin. I think the two AlphaTauris they touched. Ooh, that's not good news for them. So my AlphaTauri boys not doing well. So
We see. I saw F1 GMR giving up the position to Ryan, so maybe they had some sort of collision and he decided to give the position back to Ryan.
As a like, hey, my bad, I'm sorry type of thing.
Yeah, that's nice to see actually.
But I was going to mention Destia does maintain a 1 second gap from Zen, but it does seem like Zen's closing it a little bit here. This is exactly within 1 second.
You down the inside on Asfar. Ooh, they both touch a bit, but definitely
Asfar
the better
getting a
move
better
of
exit.
the Alfa Romeo.
Oh,
Yeah, they're definitely going wheel to wheel. Doesn't seem like any drivers compromising here, but I think Asfar has to.
backed out of it.
Yeah, he went a little bit too much in the inside that effectively kind of corner cut it a little bit on that one. So he had to. I don't think he had any chance on making the corner
And
without being ahead.
Despi
illegally.
finally pits. Finally enters.
Yeah, I
the
think
pits.
I think he might have just decided to stay out a little bit longer to try to have the most optimal hard compounds possible, and then just grind out the rest of the race that way. And
but now it's gonna be a very long stint for him.
Oh,
And
Shari's
quite a lonely
actually-
race actually.
In the midfield, Shari is actually very close to Skipper in front of him. It's like a 3-car train
And
right
Skipper
now.
close
so
to Asfar. Look at
we
this
might
down the inside.
we
Going
might
Skipper.
see a double overtake happening here.
Asfar goes a bit wide. Sarius may go around the outside.
Oh, it's a 4-car train. Zucati
Ooh,
joins
they
in the
pull
pack.
Oh, 4-car battle. That's pretty rad. Also, hello Lesh. Welcome in.
And Charisse passes Asfar. Oh, is Asfar coming back right now? No.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it over yet because there is going to be the DRS, so that's coming up here just shortly. And it is definitely the hardest corner, which is here in my opinion. If you can nail it, you can pass anyone, in my opinion. Which actually, it seems like Zucati in the Haas might be able to pass Asfar.
And now Sarius
Sarius
will go down the
actually-
inside.
Charisse trying to
Oh,
make a
Skipper
move
with
on
the blue
Skip.
stick.
Oh.
Ooh, they both touch.
Oh, that's a nice move if he managed
That was
to.
a smooth, yeah.
That
Oh.
was hard racing, very tight
Very
race,
nice, very
racing,
nice.
but yeah, they did it right.
Yeah, well, Skipper bring it back though. He is now the one that has the DRS, so you might be able to do a little switchback here in the upcoming DRS sections. So. We are going here into the main straight.
Asfar getting a
Going-
3-second.
ooh.
Oh, Skipper goes very wide.
Wazoo very
Dragon-
close to aspect at the moment.
He does get the DRS, but man, Cyrus is actually pretty much gone. He's already out of the DRS range and out of the. I want to say the detection for the next straight. I don't think he gets it.
Oh, Wazook is
There
actually
anymore,
trying to
so-
pass Aspect right now. Very, very close.
Well, there's a little bit of. It seemed like there was like a little bit of contact in the rear end.
I'm watching this right now. Look at
Oh.
this.
Seems to have a little bit of desync on Wazook's end, but both cars are fine.
There's a spin. Is it Fricks? I think it is Fricks. And the
Was it?
Mercedes has spun. Yeah. It is Fricks. Oh no.
dang. Oh no, I'm sorry, Fricks, but You're the person I wrote down.
Oh no, it has
I
been
call it,
revealed.
call
Can
it.
vouch for
Alex.
as well. The
Alex.
commentators can vouch for it too.
Oh
I am so sorry.
no.
I call
Oh,
it.
Please forgive
oh,
me.
There is another
F1
spin.
GMR has
GMR!
retired from the session.
I think that's safety car. Is it? Yeah, it is.
no.
Full course safety car again.
This
Ooh,
could
he has
play
crashed
in
it quite badly.
this could play in Dusby's favor if everyone else's pits again.
I mean,
Could it be
at this point, it's the top 4 drivers are in the longest set of laps.
Zen is
compound
coming
tires.
in.
Zen
Yeah,
pits,
Zen's
but that
coming
still
in.
stays out. Wazoo
This could-
stays out.
This could be an
Ooh.
Aston Martin strategy right here.
Well, one of their drivers
One
is
crashing out
DNF.
just for the other one.
God damn.
Just, good old Crashgate, virtual Crashgate, I guess you could say. And that's gonna be our version of the Obsidian Legion's Crashgate.
Gate crash. Oh. No? Okay. I tried, but anyway.
Also,
Yeah,
an
that's
in-
still.
Game Crashgate. Oh, dude, my brain's like melting right now just thinking about that. The possibilities.
But yeah, there's still Wazoo and as far as stayed out. If you're in their position, I mean, I would agree and stay out with them. But when you pit again,
I think they're thinking that there's gonna be yet another safety car and just go from there. That's the only thing I can realistically see them gambling for on that one. So
Legion does have wing damage and boxes in for, and you still have hearts.
Another interesting feature about this year's game is the immersive pit stop. So there is a chance you can actually pass someone in the pits if you get your pit stop precisely right at the right timing. So that is
I love
something
how my immersion is stuck to pressing one button. It's just like very immersive, you know. You press this one button.
it's a
to
step
letting me
up
turn
from the
into it.
previous game, man.
I think I know how GMR DNF'd. Wolfie, do you get more tea? Is that why? Or do you get coffee this time and that's the same effect?
No, coffee makes you DNF. And
So
tea
was
makes
tea
you
then.
have the safety car
It
come out.
has,
I don't
has
know.
different effects with different, different drinks is different effects on different drivers. We're starting to find that out.
I promise you I do not have tea or coffee on my table. It's just pure H2O. Water, yeah. Maybe tea. Anyway. Yeah, anyways, this does invite Tasman back into the action. But from P13's.
Skipper with fresher tires behind him might be able to get the jump. Aspect though, going on fresh mediums. Is he intending to go for another pit later in the race? Or is
He has to, I think, because the mediums won't make it that long.
Yeah, I don't think the mediums make it. I think it's just at the cutoff point where it won't make it, where it's just not wise to pretty much have the mediums go 20-ish laps. So that's what I personally think. But hey, we can see some cool medium magics happen, you know?
Medium
That's
Magic
all.
McLaren, Triple M.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I think this safety car definitely helped out Tasby's chances of recovering into the race. So hopefully he can pretty much gain some positions here, especially since the top, I'm gonna say, like 5-6 drivers haven't pitted yet. So
Yeah, most of
Yeah.
them are on the first 2 drivers are on 11 lap O hards. And the next 4 drivers are on 7 lap O tires, so you could see a tire advantage coming into Despy's side.
yeah, so as long as Tasby can pretty much cut through the field and catch up, and even if a safety car happens, if he's within I want to say like a reasonable time from Destiel and Wazook, he can just stay out on those hards and and take the lead in the race. Even without a safety car, I would say he is in a really good position. So.
Alright, anyway, safety car in this lap, and I just look at the chat really quickly. Now I realize how GMR actually DNF'd. Derek, you got T, didn't you?
What happened?
There you go.
Yeah, I knew it.
T.
God damn it.
There you go.
Anyways, it is Destio from
Oh.
Momo, Kokomi, you, Fricks, Zen, Ikate. Alright, will Destio catch
Ryan gets
Basu
an
wet napping? No, he
unfortunate
didn't.
5-second penalty.
Yeah, it seems like he hit the rear end of someone, but yeah, Destio's now
That's just still
officially out
weaving on the straight.
on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure.
I
how to say.
understand why is because this year's tires are definitely a lot harder to warm up actually. Even
Yeah,
like
it is very difficult to warm up.
yeah. I think there's an incident that happened.
Oh, we're seeing the AlphaTauri drivers actually swapping places quite often. Let me quickly change to them. Nope, everything looks quite clean at the moment.
Yeah, it seems like Tasby might have an opportunity to overtake here on
Oh,
Aspar though.
yep.
So
Tasby gets past Asfar as he goes wide. Skipper also goes past Asfar. Does Asfar? Oh, Asfar is on older
there you go.
parts, but
As far as damage, wing damage.
Oh yeah, he does. He has one of the
Oh.
end plates missing on the side. So I don't know if
oh,
he.
yep, almost goes
close
into
to
the
the
wall. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he just saved that one. Oh man, just saved by the. I don't even know how he saved it on that one. That was,
Oh,
really crazy.
Deco actually spins around that corner. Unfortunate day for Deco right now.
Yeah, he's having the toughest time. Feel really bad for him. But Beesim does do a dive on Aspar, as well as Ryan. I think he actually pulled off a double overtake.
Oh,
So that was a pretty cool little red dive there. Let's go Beesim.
in the front, Destil is actually gaining on, creating a gap from Wazook. It's now almost 1.5 seconds away. And
Yeah.
Asfar pits.
Yeah, Destil definitely needs to do a lot.
We have someone who
of,
spun on the main straight. Ryan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And unfortunately, it is Ryan. And
Ryan
yeah,
not doing
I
well.
think, I think Franz Toss will have a word with him after this race. Unfortunately.
Not having the AlphaTauri is definitely not having the greatest of days here. It seems like so.
Yeah. Is this his final race for AlphaTauri? Probably.
Dun dun dun.
But yeah, the strategy for Destil is since he's currently in the lead, pretty much obviously create the biggest gap as possible.
Oh, you
US
spun.
Ooh.
Oh
Well,
no.
him. Well, him is the U. Yeah, but you has spun. That's
you
right.
has spun.
No, I didn't spin.
Dang, and that brings him down all the way to P11. Definitely not. Definitely bad luck on that one there, as well as low key too as well. It seems like Alfa Romeo has been having not so good luck too with Alpha DNFing and now you spinning out as well. But yeah, what I wanted to say earlier, obviously, if there's no safety car happening, I would say everyone that's ahead of Tasby, or yeah, actually everyone that's ahead of Tasby at this point is they're gonna have to pit essentially. Other than Momo, I think he can realistically stay out and try to finish the race with his 9-lap old hards, but it's going to be a very tall order to try to catch up with all that time that's available to catch up to Tasby's like net pace as well as Momo's net pace as well.
And as you were speaking, actually, Ryan did spin again, this time on the Anderson Bridge. I think he just wants to change to a hotel.
He's just had
Come on,
enough of
Ryan.
it.
No, he's just changing to a hotel right now.
Just trying to make a show for the fans,
Yeah. Now he's gonna pit again for a front wing change, but yeah, not good. Not a good day for AlphaTauri.
But there might be a potential overtaking opportunity between Aspect and Fricks, a little battle for P6 there. He's within the 3/10 and pretty much a striking range of overtaking there and everything from there. So yeah, whoever's the camera boy, if you want to go ahead and put put Fricks in that aspect.
Mr. Fricks, alright. Alright. Oh, just as you said, that aspect gets past Fricks. Right at that moment.
Ooh. Yeah, and there's a little bit of contact, but I think that's just natural, you know. If you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing type of contact, so it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Fricks does have the older, more worn tires, so it is a tough scenario to pretty much be able to defend. But Tasby is actually right behind Fricks as well, so you might be in danger of getting overtaken here very shortly as well.
Zen
Must be a man on a mission.
Zen is getting close to Kokomi as well, so quite a number of battles going to happen in the next coming laps. Let's see if we can capture all.
Okay, there is Zen activating his DRS here, but also Kokomi has it as well, so it's really tough to overtake when your driver in front also has DRS, so it's gonna be a tough order from there, unless he makes... Ooh, I thought he was gonna dive it in there. I was about to be like, you wild man, Zen. Trying to dive it in there, but no, he doesn't. But yeah, definitely a lot of races or battles happening all over the place. I think Tekro might be passing Heejin here shortly for the battle of P13 and P14. And then also even Ducati and Anik make a little swap there between the two Hasi boys there. So,
Ooh, I think there's some contact between Kokomi and Momo. Yeah, there's a three-way fight. Momo, Kokomi, Zen. Look at this.
yeah, it is three drivers. Momo is also... It seems like Momo is actually falling off behind on pace, which is pretty strange considering Kokomi has 11 lap old mediums and Momo has 11 lap old hards. Momo might be struggling here on the hards. Here, so,
Zen though, Zen creeping up on them, trying to find a chance to do a double overtake maybe.
Ooh, and
Oh,
he might...
Asfa, DNFs! Oh, it's a...
Ooh, it's a safety car again. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Again,
no.
the third safety car of the
dang.
night.
I think Zen had the opportunity to do the overtake there, and the safety car prevented him from doing the overtake on Kokomi. So, and here at this point, I mean, Destiel and Mazook can pretty much hit here at this point, and in my opinion, and go from there and just finish the rest of the race on mediums. So, but Kokomi is gonna have to definitely pit into the hards, and then as well. I mean, if Momo has the optional choice, he wants to pit into the mediums or not, but yeah, I would say all the top 5 drivers would have to end up pitting.
So yeah, 3
right.
DNFs, 3
6.
safety cars so far.
It looks like 3 is the magic number today. On the
And
30th of July.
Wow.
I think correct me if I'm wrong. I think the maximum amount that it gets triggered in a race is 3, right? Like in terms of the
Is
game
it?
program.
That's a cap?
I'm not
I
sure.
know
not
I know
remember
there's a
there's a
cap.
cap.
But I'm thinking it's either 3 or 4. So there might be one more, and then after that, there's like an actual like cap of safety cars. Don't tell me how I know, but I know. I may have been a naughty person in an open lobby. Let's just say that.
No, we're experimenting. Don't say naughty.
Oh yeah, I was being naughty with my friends. There you go. I'll say it that way.
Yeah, no. You're
You've
being
been-
kind. You're being kind. Yeah.
Just saying, I've been in some hardcore races like David mentions in the
Damn.
chat. You know,
Right. I do not want to
but
know
you-
what happens in those races.
I've been
You know,
some
it's like a battle to the death. You know, type of thing. You know, it's like some death racing. You know.
You're bound to the death. I'm bound to be alive. Come on, man.
You know, it's why there's a thing called Drive to Survive for a reason. You know.
Frick's actually pitting for
What?
softs right now.
I thought there was also drive to be alive. Oh well.
Interesting choices. Softs have been put on for Fricks and Zucati. Are they going for the fastest lap at this half the race distance?
I don't think the softs can make it to the end, so it's
Yeah.
quite risky that they're going on that tire.
Unless
It
they
is
know something
ultra-
that we don't. Oh, Fricks actually spins coming off the pits on his fresh softs.
Oh no.
Not doing
Oh,
well
no,
there.
Not again. Not again.
This can only mean one thing, gents. Okay, Wolfie, Derek, fire up the T machine. Let's go. It's the T, it's really the T, just fire it up.
Maybe Jeff told them that there would be rain incoming, so they put on softs, but we'll never know that.
Yeah, we won't know until we see the droplets of rain in our screen and go from there. So
Yep,
I do
until
hope
the,
to see some rain though.
Yep. If you do want to see some rain, you can do the rain dance if you want.
What on earth
It
is
might
the
work.
rain dance?
It might work, you know. The rain
Can
dance basically you just dance and then you hope the rain comes.
you could also sacrifice the driver, you know, that's currently
Yeah,
driving.
like be like Alex, you know, he wrote Frakes and then Frakes song. You know?
Oh no.
And then for
Oh,
me, I'll
no,
say
poor
B-Sim.
Frakes.
Now hold up.
My first time being in the commentator seat, I don't want to curse anyone, man.
But
Mm.
you do though. You low key do though.
Yeah.
I see in your face. We have our cams on. I see it in your eyes. You know, it's like I want to curse the person.
Don't expose me.
can't.
None of them know.
You see, if Wolfie and Derek can, you know, create chaos, you know, create like 3 DNFs, 3 city cars by just making T, right? You know, I think you can do the same. So yeah, Cameron, you can start. You can do the rain dance. If you want the rain to come, do the rain dance.
Y'all can't see my cam right now,
Is
but
it-
I'm dancing.
I'm
dancing.
you know, doing the little like arm waves and the sides.
And
you know?
ladies and gentlemen, Clement Turtle without the cam on is doing a rain dance.
This is my no. For me, that's not a rain. That's a sacrificial. You know, the sacrificing a driver right now.
Are you
Yeah,
actually
I
gonna
think-
sacrifice Freaks right now?
This is no. I'm gonna write down who I'm sacrificing. All right. This is
Oh, you're gonna
this is
change
the second one.
driver.
This is the
Oh.
second sacrifice. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
just like what, you know, I'm looking at the chat right now, and Tarish, you know, just like what Tarish says, you know, keep pushing. That's right. So Clement, keep dancing, and Alex, keep sacrificing. That's right.
There you go. Should I like grab this like sticky note and like burn it or something as a?
Yeah.
I
guess.
All right. There's my sacrifice for the casters. Okay. All right.
Right, Ryan is
Alright.
still behind, trying to catch up with the pack.
Well, technically, Wolfie is in our comms channel here, so you can see who I cursed.
Yeah,
or
very much.
who I'm sacrificing. There we go. If Wolfie's in here, so there we go.
Anyway, Asfa is asking, did someone commentator curse me? No, it wasn't me.
No.
Yes.
think-
No.
No.
I don't think any of us did. Don't worry, man.
No.
I think the com box did, just the box, not us.
You're near and dear into my heart. Aspire would never do that to you.
Or if we did, it would be the com box.
But I did put my my sacrificial lamb, as we are going to pretty much have the safety car coming in this lap. Now we got the notification up on the screen, and Momo is now the lead driver.
Momo's still on
Oh,
14 lap old hearts.
Yeah.
So
You can put him in. You can push him to the end. That is as a person who's scienced it personally, you can push the hards to the end.
What's
You
the
can
math to
you
that?
can.
But it's gonna be a massive job.
Yeah,
What?
it is going to be a tall order to pull it off though.
What's the math
So,
to that?
especially-
How old will his hearts be at the end of the race?
If I remember correctly, when I did the thing, I think 31 gets you to like 80 some odd %. So he was early into the thing, so it's gonna definitely hit the 80s. As the safety car does come in, he does get a pretty good start here. Kokomi is also out, and he might be on his pace where he's pretty much gonna be losing pace on the mediums, I would say within the next lap or two. everything from there. Zen and Aspect are also battling each other out for the position of P3, and Tasby not too far behind as well. He does definitely have also the opportunity to pretty much go ahead and make some magic happen, as Destiel does overtake you here onto the P6 position. One person we definitely need to watch out and look out for. He does have the opportunity to win the race as well if he can make all the overtakes happen.
And Wazook actually now very close to you after you got passed by Destiel. Is you having some issues right now? Or just struggling with his older tires?
I think it might be the struggle of the old 15 lap old hards compared to, I mean, Destiel and Wazook have 2 lap old mediums, so but Wazook is falling a little bit behind here between
just lunging down the inside and getting the move done on you.
Yeah, kind of have to at this at this point, because if he's already lost I want to say like 2-ish seconds from Destiel, from just pretty much staying stuck behind you. So definitely some time lost from there. But yeah, look at the crowd. They want the Destiel cam.
They're getting
so
requests. Destiel cam being requested.
Want to see the Destiel magic.
Ooh, you has spun. I mean him being you, but you has spun again. I think he might have some wing damage. No, it doesn't.
Oh no, and he falls off all the way down to P17. So it's a very, very, very unfortunate by you.
And Destiel manages to pass Aspect in turn 3.
Frakes did had wing damage as well.
No DRS or ERS needed, and
Zen almost goes to the back of Kokomi right there. Almost misses the
and he goes a little bit wild, and he might actually
oh no! Destiel hits Zen as he spins out, and they both drop to P6 and 8. That was unfortunate on Destiel's side.
Does he have damage though? That's the scenario. They're fortunate for Zen though. That is.
I think Zen has damage, but not Destiel.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Destiel doesn't.
As you were saying that Saris is also spun. So yeah, I think Alex, I think you're writing somebody in the commentators course, right? I knew it was you.
Oh no, I forgot about that name.
Yeah, so Zen has wing damage. So his race has now went from a good to just quite bad.
But yeah, oh man, the whole race is now. It's a completely different race now at this point. We're gonna see as Anik pretty much tries to make a little bit of a ascent here, going wheel to wheel with Heejin. So, but DRS does get enabled the next lap, so he does have a really good opportunity to try to overtake once DRS gets enabled.
It's the battle of the white shirts, as you said just now.
Yeah, the battle for Theo's love and kindness and appreciation at this point.
Exactly. See, I'm wearing unintentionally a white shirt today to support Haas.
Alex, are you there?
My Discord decided to just randomly crash, so that was fun.
Okay, that was scary. Welcome back.
Thank you. As we do see Anik though, going back into the action. Ooh. No wheel to wheel between both drivers, so that was pretty incredible happening here with Saris. Ooh, Saris almost got like pummeled into the wall. But
Alex,
yeah, definitely a 3-way battle for P9 it seems like here. But also I would say even P8, because Ducati is pretty much on 5-lap old softs. He's going to be losing pace pretty much soon. I mean, actually now, he's already lost the 10th from Anik, and he's battling drivers and everything from there.
Techromancer and B-Sim, I think they have touched, and they both have dropped all the way down to P12 and 13. So yeah, not a good night for them.
Yeah, definitely not the best night.
Alright, now Charisse is challenging Heejin right now. Both having quite a number of penalties though, so I don't think they can end up too far up the order. But they are definitely in contention for the fastest lap award if they intend to go for it at the end of the race.
Ooh, Ryan has just lost his entire front wing at turn 14. Is that runoff area? Ooh,
we do see Cyrus do also do the wonderful overtake.
Oh,
yeah.
Heejin gets another 3-second time penalty. Let's quickly take a look at the number of penalties given to our drivers so far. Charisse with 5 seconds, Heejin 9 seconds.
9. Oh, that is a
8
definitely
seconds.
very steep amount of penalties.
Alright,
That one. But it seems like Wazook and Kokomi are battling for P2
was that
as
some
well.
contact there?
Ooh,
The moment I swapped to their cam, I saw some contact and Kokomi just spins.
Yeah, he hit him in the rear. Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh no.
Was that the two
this
Red
has
Bulls
been-
in contact?
No, it was the Williams and the Red Bull.
Williams, yeah.
And that's
So-
Kokomi down to P6.
So Wazook might have some front wing damage, and also Tasby is pretty much caught up to the pack here. Pretty much caught up also with Momo, and Destiel not too far
Destiel.
behind. Destiel's actually in overtaking opportunities from Tasby.
He's gonna take revenge for his Red Bull teammate right now.
Yeah. I mean, Tasby is indefinitely in very worn hard tires, so you know it's pretty much dinner served on a platter here for Destiel. So
And
we'll
with
see.
DRS,
Get
get side by side goes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does push him
he
wide.
does make it happen. Now
Brave
we move on to
movement.
Dasby's cam.
Oh, but Destiel has like 0 battery though. If Tasby can get the switchback here, it's gonna be a very rough time for Destiel to try to catch back in here. But Tasby does not opt into using his battery to try to do the switchback. So
Doesn't look like he has much left too. He just like,
when
if I'm seeing it
and
right,
Momo
he
and
has
Mazook are-
14% left.
Was he going
They're
down?
going
there?
at it. Oh my gosh. Oh, that still goes down the inside as well.
Wazook and Momo touch.
Oh, and Dasby tries to get past Momo at the same time. Doesn't make it stick though. Momo
Yes,
losing
the
Yeah,
Tasby
two
is going to-
positions.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Momo-
Tasby is
Oh, that still has got past Wazook, but Wazook is trying to come back at him.
Momo, you make a cut as very wide as possible,
But
and he
still
does. Ooh, they didn't touch.
There's a battle for P1 and P3 right now.
yeah,
Cut.
battle for money.
That's slugging it out.
Everyone's fighting each other for money.
Dasby gets past Momo. And that still manages to regain the lead again.
Yeah, he's already gained 5/10 as well. So I mean, but the DRS is always there. It's always looming. So he's always has the opportunity to pretty much bring it back onto Destiel. So
As you say
Never-
that, Aspect is actually getting close to Momo for fight for P4 as well.
yeah, and I mean, it's Momo and Tasby are pretty much very worn hard. So they are.
Dasby spins! Oh no, Dasby spins and is now in P5.
No,
Oh,
not like this.
no.
Not like this. No, not like this. Oh, why are things so cruel?
I feel like I've cursed him because I mentioned his name like before in order qualifying, and then I mentioned him now as I say it, and yeah, I think I have. Anyway,
I think there's a theory of like whenever we mention a driver like enough times, it's gonna happen. You know. I think that's what happens from there. But I mean, Aspect and Momo are pretty much the prime positions of pretty much being able to battle for money, essentially here. So we might see some crazy stuff happening here shortly, as pretty much the rest of the field has kind of like settled down a bit. Here, everyone's kind of within. 1 second
whoa,
or more from each
Momo. Is it? I'm not sure if it's desync happening, but there was some questionable car scenes happening right there. But Momo gets past Bazook.
Yeah, this is a family-friendly stream.
Yeah, we
yeah,
can't say
very
anything
sure.
about that.
Yep. So, parents, if you have kids, hide them right now.
I did not
Oh,
want to know
Bazook has left the session. I'm not sure if he desynced out or something happened.
I did not want to know how Lightning McQueen was created.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, let's not go into that.
But yeah, very
I
unfortunate
do
for
not
Wazoo.
want to know how Meta was created, so I don't
There we go.
want to know anymore. Yeah. So kids, if you have, so parents, if you have kids, hide them right now. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. But I mean, Wazook's game crashed. That's very unfortunate. Literally the most critical time too. So hopefully he can get back into racing once more to pretty much try to catch up to try to get into P3 because he did have the pace. So, but Momo and Aspect pretty much battling each other out here for position, as well as B-Sim and I want to say Rix or no Heejin battling each other out here for the position of P9.
And as David mentioned, we are actually 5 laps away from the end. So let's take a look at the fastest lap. So currently Kokomi has the fastest lap, but he is not in the top 10 place, so he does not yet qualify for the prize.
So I think the person who would go next would be Tasby here. But actually, I mean, there is that 9-second.
Oh right, with the penalties, he might actually just go P10. So
Yeah,
he
I
might
was gonna
just
say with the
clutch
penalties, it might
prize.
sneak him in. Might be the most super clutch maneuver and everything from there. So, but yeah, I mean, it will go from there. I mean, technically, I mean, it will go to. I would say the second person will go to Destiel, but since he is in the and currently in P1, I don't think they get double awards. I think it's like you only get P1 prize money and everything from there. So, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat right now, and I'm looking at that clip that one of the viewers have shared. Yeah, no, I don't think I want to know what happened in that
let's
clip.
not go further into that.
Yeah, that's not. But parents, if you have any kids, just hide them, okay, and then see in your own time. Yeah, that's my advice.
I mean, to be honest, though, you should have that talk with your kids sometime soon, you know? But that's up to you. You're the parents.
Yeah, that's correct.
You know?
But if you're gonna show your kids as well, that's also fine to you. Anyway.
But going into the DRS section, Aspect has actually gained quite a bit of time here onto Momo, and Momo still grinding it out on those hard compounds. And pretty much, I think, going at, I want to say like 20 some odd laps at this point, like 24, 25 laps on those hards. So really well played by Momo here.
Oh, we have a last second pit from Heejin putting on the sauce. Is he trying to go for the fastest lap even though he doesn't qualify for the prize? I wonder.
You know,
interesting.
Sometimes it's just for the bragging rights, you know? It's like, I had the fastest lap. Not your fake fastest lap, you know?
And Kokomi actually goes up to P9 after passing B-Sim. So if he manages to keep everything together till the end, he will qualify for the fastest lap prize.
You know, it's a solid Checo Perez-like performance, you know? End up getting in an unfortunate incident early on to the race, and then, you know, come back and make some good solid points. So
we haven't seen anyone to earn the Minister of Defense award yet, though, for tonight. No one really put up a very hard defense against anyone else.
I mean, I think we saw the Minister of Creation early on, but that was
yeah, that's right.
Transitioning into it. But it doesn't seem like Aspect is going to. I mean, he is still within the same speed of Momo.
Fun. That's Tekro.
And everything from there. So, Wazook and Tasby are pretty much battling each other for points here.
And now
as well.
Zucate is actually trying to get closer to Freaks. Oh, Freaks is actually beating, so Zucate is up in the points right now.
But I think, did Freaks just enter the pit lane?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. So. But yeah, it is. I would say for Cyrese, if he can pretty much make up some, just a little tiny bit of fraction of time, he can go and jump into P10. And I think he did have the fastest lap, so you can actually get the fastest lap award by DHL, but we'll call it THL for Theo. I don't know what's THL.
Oh, thank you. THL. Theo.
Oh wait, there's a pass from Wazook from Vaspi, so Wazook actually managed to pass Vaspi after reconnecting.
Yeah, it was on the DRS section, it seemed like, so it didn't make it happen. Ooh, it seemed like there was a low lockup there, but I think Wazook is on the medium, so he does have the faster compound tire, and I think it might just be the normal tire degradation on the hards. Not much you can do if you're in Tasby's position.
Yeah, I was about to say I think Wazook went from the Minister of Creation to the to the Minister of Annihilation. He just overtook Tasby. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Tasby has pit again. I think this time for the soft and definitely for the fastest lap. Yep, he is.
Yeah, there's I mean, at this point, yeah, it's 18 seconds. You're just gonna lose a position at the most. So.
Oh, Skipper,
right, riding aboard
I think
Zucati.
he had the same idea as
Zucati
Tasby.
just made a pass on B-Sim in the second.
We're gonna see everyone from like P5 all the way to P10 just
going for the fastest lap.
The Minister of Tires.
There we go.
So we got Minister of Creation, Minister of Annihilation, Minister of Tires.
So now we have a fight between you and B-Sim for P9, but you actually has an 8-second penalty, so just going for the track position, I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong for, getting bragging rights in the position you finish at, so not too bad. But yeah, Zucati on 18 lap hold hards, and also Momo 24 laps. Let's go, Momo.
He's going wide.
Making it work.
Invites you
and
down
you
inside.
makes a switch back.
Yep, round the outside. Just much fresher tires.
Yeah.
And Charisse now actually getting the pass done on B-Sim as well. B-Sim really struggling on those tires right now. So Charisse...
I don't know if you guys noticed, but Momo jumped down all the way to P4.
Oh,
yeah.
Did he spin?
I think he did.
Oh,
those
no.
tires are 24 laps old.
Oh man, he was so close.
And he's going to the pits. He is now going for the fastest lap award.
I don't think he can.
At this point, at this point you kind of have to, because there's nothing else you can do, unless you're like, you're so behind in terms of like pace and everything from there.
Oh,
and
no someone spun on the main straight. Ryan actually spun and retires from the session.
I mean, there's one lap left, so he was the last person there, so might as well, But we'll see if who gets fastest lap starting pretty much now.
No, Ryan actually just retires at the start of the track. Yeah, so quite unfortunate for him.
Yeah, Destiel did definitely do the comeback and ended up in P1 here.
Wazook is very close to Aspect, trying to jump a place and get some more prize money for P2 instead of P3. Can he make the pass happen though?
We do get Rix is now the new fastest lap holder, but he is in P13. But penalties can be a factor.
Ooh, and you kisses Zucati. I was watching on board of him. Or they kiss in some context. Ooh, they both touch now.
And we're on to the last lap, final lap of the race.
Yeah, we saw the Minister of Kissing now.
Okay.
Don't worry, it could be worse.
Oh, there's a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of contact between you and Zucati though. But
Wazook really
has been
very eager to get past Aspect right now.
Yeah, I think he might. I think he's gonna definitely make his move here in this upcoming straight. Aspect's gonna have to use all the ERSs he can to pretty much be able to defend for this position here.
And Vespi gets the fastest step for now. Oh, mix. Almost freaking bright. Oh, Aspect comes back and they touch. Oh no.
But thankfully for Aspect,
does Aspect have damage?
He does. He definitely does. But thankfully for Tasby, he is very far back, so Aspect can still keep third.
He's got
as long as
care and nurse his car back home.
Yeah, there can be also some FIA stuff, so positions might be changed as well depending on the incident and everything from there.
So we have two. Oh, there is someone. Oh, he didn't have score the day.
Also, we've been neglecting our race leader, but he's actually rounding the final corner right now.
Yeah.
and the night and win the Singapore Grand Prix.
So yeah, all three of us pretty much just predicted on Destil winning, and he did win. I mean, he had a spin, but he did win.
He did have a spin. It seemed like every single driver ended up having some sort of incident and everything from there. But pretty much like we mentioned before, it's like, hey, as long as you keep your head down and recover from the collision or accident or anything that happens from there, you can make up to a lot of positions. And Destil's scenario, he ended up winning the race. So congratulations to Destil.
Congratulations.
Reward was
indeed.
Zook P2 and Aspect in P3. So that's the top 3 drivers. And who will get the fastest lap? I do wonder.
Currently, I think it will go to Vespi right now. Yeah.
Yeah, in P4. So no one
Unfortunately,
even came even
Momo
close. So
didn't get it.
138. Yeah,
Tasbe finishes P4, but I think he'll beat himself up over that one. Not the result he kind of wanted. Kobe P5, Momo P6, Anik P7, Saria's good recovery to P8, Zucate P9, and you very much rounding up the top 10. Yeah.
Yeah, Tasbe being the only driver to pretty much hit the 138 mark. So pretty good job, well done by Tasbe. So he does at least get some sort of prize money and everything from there. Reading the chat right now, it says, I was so furious when Zen almost took me out. I was so furious. But no damage. Yeah, that's what we predicted, as we didn't have any damage from there. So, but yeah, it is very pretty well raced. I did enjoy this race, as the driver of the day comes out to Wazook. So there you go, extra points for Wazook. So. But where's the driver celebration screen F1 game? There we go. See, haha. Did you have the little haha?
Is it loaded yet? Yep, there it is.
Why does it say haha on this? I don't know if you noticed, like, no board thing on the left.
I think that's picked by the driver.
Like, that's a weird thing to have, just saying haha.
Congratulations to Destil for winning the Singapore Grand Prix. It was a very eventful race.
Pouring the imaginary champagne from there.
Yep.
Spraying it to the crowd. He's probably spraying right now champagne to his family right now in real life.
Yep. Like, he's now the minister of champagne.
Insane. Yeah, he's now the minister of
champagne. Oh, God.
So, very high race drama, but the results here, I'm going to go ahead and mention it. Destil snags the P1, Wazook P2, Aspect rounds the podium positions on P3. Tasbe gets the fastest lap with the 138.9. Komi gets P5, Momo P6, Anik gets P7, Cyrese P8, Zucati P9, Yu in P10, Skipper in P11, Rix in P12, B-Sim in P13, Zen in P14, Tekro in P15, Heejin in P16, Ryan in P17, Aspar in P18, F1 GMR in P19, and rounding the 20th Appa in P20 with the upper mount.
I still think it was down to the T that caused Aspar, GMR, and Appa to the DNF. So
and
Wolfie, make more tea. I think that's the answer we have.
Alright, so who do we want to interview for our post-race interview?
Can I reveal, before we interview, can I reveal who I had cursed?
Yeah, sure.
Yep,
go ahead.
To everyone. So I'm sorry for these 3 drivers that I cursed. So it was Fricks, you, and Sen. I had written down. So, and all of them pretty much spun.
I remember
they
were all last at a certain point in the race. I
think
remember.
the highest person was Fricks, which was like P9. And after I saw it happening, I'm like, oh no. Oh,
to be fair, the commentator cursed Tasbe, Destil, and Zen.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think there was a single driver that didn't like something happened to them in the race. Something happened to every single driver. So
yeah.
All right, so let's get Destil in for an interview, and maybe who else do you want to interview? Maybe Wazook and who got the fastest lap again?
Tasby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I think we can go for those three drivers. Okay. I see Destil already. Hello, good evening, Destil.
Hello. Oh, my back.
How do you feel after the race?
Oh, very tiring because this track has always been very pressuring to the drivers because a lot of corners here and it's a long lap. So yeah, I'm physically in pain right now. It's like I'm porpoising. But yeah, that spin from Zen. Wow, that I screamed when that happened to me. Like I was so mad. I was screaming. I was like cursing at him. But with like I don't know, 10 laps remaining, I still could have a chance. Didn't have any damage. So yeah, that was a good race for me. With I think the Aston Martin. When during the safety car, the first safety car, he spun out. I didn't even see that because I was recalibrating my wheel. So I don't know what happened to him. But yeah, overall, stressful race. Yeah.
Can you tell us your secrets to success?
Oh, I was
Like,
practicing. Yeah, I was practicing for this track for like a week. Just trying to. Yeah, just trying to get the line, trying to get where I can push, where I can gain lap time, and the strategy as well. So I think it paid off.
What did you consume before the race?
Oh, you didn't know? I was just consuming some porridge.
Ooh.
So learning from
I did
Valtteri
not expect that
Bottas
one.
in real life.
Yeah,
Porridge is the
No.
driver's food from now on.
Yep. So all of us will now consume porridge. I do want to apologize, Destil. I literally commented this because you and
Oh, really?
Zen and Tasbe and
But-
maybe a few more, in my
No,
mind.
but to clarify, we were supporting you from the start, so
yes.
it's a
I
counter
guess that
effect.
makes up
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because before the race, when us three we tried to pick the driver that will win, we all said you, and yeah, you did win, so fantastic.
Thank you. I was very nervous before coming in. I didn't know who I was driving with. I only know like one fast person. I didn't know who else because I'm not really I don't really know most of the drivers here. So it's a good learning experience for me.
All right. Thank you so much for participating in the race, and once again, congratulations for
Thank you.
winning the race. And
Wait. I have one last
you
question.
still have question. Oh, okay,
okay,
go for
wait,
it.
One
okay,
Alex,
last
go
question.
for it.
We're gonna do with your prize winning funds. Are
yeah.
you taking out someone for dinner?
No, I'm probably just gonna invest it.
Ooh.
Wow, boring.
That's a
Boring.
very
Boring.
mature.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
We're gonna
Alright.
see a second wheel come out from him.
Okay, that's a good answer though.
Thank you so much, and we hope to see you in the next event.
Thank you.
Congrats, Destil.
All right, next up, we will get Wazook into the commentary box. All right, good evening, Wazook. Welcome into the commentary box, where we grill all the drivers who are in here. Hey, Alex, do you want to ask the first question?
All right, I'm down. I'm always down to ask the first question. All right, so I see your profile pic has the fat W. You got the fat P2, which I still consider a fat W. I know there's like pretty much. I think you ended up spinning out part of the race. I think, right? Something happened to you.
No, my game crashed actually.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it
The
was.
snail overtook me, so
Ah.
my game crashed, and had to frantically restart my PC, drop down to P5, but thankfully I was able to claw my way back up to P2 again. So yeah, I'll take the dub. The snail had the pace over me, and the TT setup didn't work in the end.
Yeah, I still consider that as a dub. Did you, from a scale of 1 to like 3,000, what was your panic level when your game crashed?
That's a good question.
Over
yeah.
9,000.
9,000,
Okay,
fantastic.
It was a really
good,
interesting
good.
sight for us from the commentary box when your game crashed.
Yeah.
Um,
No, it's something that I of course never wish happens again, but this time thankfully worked out. But yeah, it could have ended much worse, and yeah, I had a bit of panic. Let's just say that.
So yeah, Wazook, what will you do for your funds? What are you gonna do with them?
I mean, if I would have still been streaming nowadays, I would probably do something for my community.
Uh,
But no, other priorities such as school and my commitment towards pro football has unfortunately taken the time away from streaming. But no, I actually haven't thought about it. But if I would have been still streaming, definitely some community event or something like that, like you guys have offered us today.
I like how you just casually drop pro football. Give us more deets.
yeah, now we're
Basically,
interested.
was it? Of course, I'm from Sweden, so it's not the football that, for example, Americans would think of. It's soccer. So I currently play semi-professional football as a goalkeeper in the second highest division in Sweden in Swedish youth football. Of course, my aim is to go pro someday, and yeah, unfortunately, that has taken the time away from my sim racing and streaming hobby / career. So
Nah, that is ultra rad.
That's
I wish you
really
all the
interesting.
bestest.
thank you very much.
If I ever see you in the Swedish national team, I'm just gonna tell you I'm gonna start booing because you'll probably be facing my United States team, you know, and that's when I'll be
Yeah.
watching you and be like, I know him, go him, but boo, you know,
Yeah.
go from there.
No, we never know. Was there one day I might be standing there? I'll be taking those boos with those
With
words in mind.
pride.
There you
Yeah,
go.
with pride.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, but Wazook, thank you so much, and congrats on the podium.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Great event.
Thank you so much for participating. All right, so last but not least, we will have Thusby to join us in the commentary box. Thusby, are you there?
You didn't move him yet. There we go. Now we moved him.
Now he's here. Thusby,
Dude,
are you
we got
here?
him. We got him mid sip. You know, he's like mid sipping
Tea?
on the virtual
Was he
cooldown
actually
room.
cursing
and then...
some other driver with his tea?
No. You know how like the other drivers in the little cooldown room and stuff, they're like discussing and stuff. You know, we have Destiel and Taspi. They're all talking to each other, chilling and stuff, and then we just drag them out over here. So welcome in here into the interview room, Mr.
Yeah, hey
Tasby.
Yeah.
I know, very eventful race for you. I know you had probably one of the worst luck out of all the drivers that ended up having
Yep.
bad luck.
I promise you we didn't
yeah,
curse
the
you.
race.
No, we didn't.
But,
we
yeah,
didn't.
we did not curse you. I did not write your name.
It was a
so-
com box.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. In the safety car, my wheel just decided to like have some calibration, like oversteer moment for some reason, and I couldn't do anything. So I just ended up in the wall, then went to 20th, and yeah, come back with a fastest lap. So not too bad.
All right, tell
How's
us
that
about your
race?
race. Like some of the battles you have. Do you have any notable battles with any of the drivers on the grid today? Anyone you want to highlight?
Would have wished to battle Dietel a bit more. I don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah, would have wished to battle him a bit more if we were on the same strategy and I didn't pit at like lap 7 for hearts and try go all the way to the end. But yeah, that would have been a fun battle because his pace was around about the same as mine. So yeah, it would have been fun to battle him. But overall, it was quite clean racing with everyone there, and yeah, had lots of fun.
Yeah, ultimately
So-
that's the goal, right? For this event is for everyone to have fun and just race each other around the track. You know.
Yeah.
Tasby, probably not the result you sort of wanted, but could you maybe have, I guess, some positives from this event?
Yeah, of course. It's actually my first time racing on this game competitively. I do other games, and yeah, I saw this opportunity come up, and why not just give it a go, get some experience from anyone faster, and yeah, a lot of lessons learned, and I will bring it to the next few races wherever I go.
when you mention other games, as in, do you have a background in sim racing?
Yeah, I do. Me and my brother have been doing sim racing for quite a while now, about 10 years, I'd say. My brother is Alif, if any of you guys know him. Yeah, he's been doing for quite some time, and we do it in Assetto Corsa Competizione, Race Room, iRacing, and we just venture out everywhere. And and now it was F1, and I came here.
It has been 3 years since I've seen you actually. If you remember me, actually I took part in a GT sport event with you and actually Adif. Back in 2019, if you remember, if you remember GT Sport, that game.
Yeah, I've got
that
quite bad memory.
that challenge event. Yeah, good to see you again. Really.
I've got quite bad memory, and 3 years of racing. It's a bit hard to remember, but I'll try and recall.
Yeah, good to see you again, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. The real question though is, what are you gonna do with the fastest lap moolah?
I don't know.
You
A
know.
nice meal, maybe. A good food. I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting. That's not what we've heard yet.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Why not? But I don't know. It just comes into the bank account and just sits there. So I don't know what I'll do with it. I'll go watch qualifying now and decide what to do with it later.
All right. Thank you so much for participating in the event, and hoping to see you and your brother in the next event if possible.
Yep, definitely. Thanks, guys, for hosting. Hopefully, there's many more events up ahead, and I'll definitely join them.
Yep, and we promise that the com box won't curse anyone. I promise.
I'm sure you can hold on to that
I
promise.
solemnly swear.
Yeah,
No problem.
All right, so we have come to the end of the event. Any closing statements from you, Theo or Alex, before I move to the closing sequence?
Let's start with Alex.
Okay. I guess let me get placed on the spot. Jeez. Wow. Gosh. But it was super duper fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race as well as the broadcast and commentary, and the casting and everything from there. I know a lot of work gets done behind the scenes that a lot of people do with Wolfie, Clement, and also as well, I believe Ryden as well. And I know there's and Janus, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing a bunch of names as well. But a lot of work gets done by them behind the scenes. So huge shout outs to them for pretty much setting this up and making this possible and everything from there. So hopefully you guys, once we have the next one, you'll definitely come by and see us once more. And yeah, enjoy the fun and come see the action and everything from there.
Okay, so for myself, yeah, it's a fun event. I'm glad to be back to commentate again. Big shouts to Clement, Janus, Wolfie, with his T, Raiden, and then Derek with his T as well. Because apparently the team make a bit of action today. But yeah, not sure if I'll be back to commentate another event after this. But overall, it's it's been quite eventful and fun. Yeah, so I'm happy.
All right, thank you so much. And let's move on to the closing sequence. So wave goodbye to the people as we move on to the closing sequence now. All right, everyone, we have come to the end of the OLN EM F1 2022 event. We hope all of you have enjoyed the stream today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and for all the drivers who have participated, we hope you guys have enjoyed yourself as well. So we look forward to hosting more of such events in the future. Do let us know if you want us to host it more frequently, or if you want us to host more offline events, we can as well. And huge shout outs to SCAPE for helping us to co-organize this event and allowing us to stream it on their channel as well. So till next time, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.